नाजरीन, मुल्सत टीवी के प्रोग्राम खास मुलाकात में आप सबका इस्तकबाल है। मैं हूं आपकी मेज़बान प्रियंका। उखाबी रूह जब बेदार हो जाती है जवानों में, नज़र आती है उनको अपनी मंजिल आसमानों में। नाजरीन, हम आपकी मुलाकात आज कराने वाले हैं एक ऐसी शख्सियत से जिन्होंने अपने सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए समाज की सारी बुराइयों को, सारी अड़चनों को दूर कर दिया। एक ऐसी शख्सियत जिनके कदम तो ज़मीन पर थे पर निगाहें आसमान को छू रही थी। जी हाँ, हम बात कर रहे हैं मिस साउथ एशिया इंटरनेशनल त्रिशा गुडुरू की, जो सबसे पहले एक मॉडल है, सोशल वर्कर है। कई सारे अवार्ड्स इन्होंने अपने नाम किए हैं और मिस साउथ एशिया का खिताब सबसे ऊपर आता है। Tell me, ma'am, what was the reaction when you first got to know that you're going to participate in this particular contest?
Well, this is a pageant where it's community service based, so it's really exciting, and I've worked with volunteering and everything since 5 years back. So this is a particular pageant that I want to be involved with. So I'm very excited, and it gave my charities a very global voice and a global recognition for my charities, and that's what I really wanted from this pageant.
That's great, but we know Trisha, who's a supermodel, who's a winner of the contest. But what was Trisha as a child? What was Trisha as a kid?
I was very shy, I should say. I think getting into community service and going to different and communicating with different people made me really confident. And as I went to college, I think that's where I really gained more confidence, and I want to get involved into something that I want to do more for the community.
You work for UNICEF.
Yeah.
So what excites you, kind of? What makes you the first thought that comes to you for working for UNICEF?
UNICEF is a great organization. It's United Nations Children's Emergency Fund, and it works in 190 countries. I think it is one of the biggest organizations which saves more than any lives, children's lives especially. So I think it's a privilege for me to work with UNICEF and save more children every day. Now we have about 14,000 children dying every day. So I think to reduce those numbers, I'm really working with UNICEF, and I think it's a great organization to work with.
And being a star, what is your definition for beauty? What is your definition for style?
Style is something, it's a personality. Beauty is not just outer beauty. Everybody says beauty is something, you look outside, but not really. Inside is something that's beautiful, and if you help another person, I think that's what makes you more beautiful. Yeah.
So these days people prefer being thinner, prefer being skinny,
yeah,
especially girls.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your advice to them?
I don't think being skinny is what you're really achieving your goal. I think God has given you God has given you a shape. I think we should be thankful for that and be the best out of that shape. I think go to the gym, get healthy. I think be the best version of you.
You've won a lot of awards, including President Barack Obama's Voluntary Service Award,
right,
and Rising Star Award from UNICEF,
yes,
and Inspiring Youth Award from New York Telugu Association. So at this age, you've won so many awards. So what is your further goal?
I mean, it's not about the awards that I'm really doing all of this for, and I think the organizations are just recognizing with the work that I'm doing, but it's more about the work that I'm doing, not the awards, and I hope to just do more for the children in the underprivileged countries.
Belonging to a country like India, where
yes,
women are not supported in modeling field, they don't get the kind of support, yeah, they deserve to get into modeling. So what do you think? What kind of support did you get from your family and friends?
Well, I should say my family is very supportive in this, but their first reaction was really not that great when I asked them, Dad, I want to get into this pageant, beauty pageant, but he said no at first, but I think telling him more about the organization and what Miss International organization does is, it's what inspired him, and actually he really liked it, and and then I just continued it, and I should say they were very open-minded parents, and every parent should be open-minded and tell the children, pursue their dreams, not rather than restrict them into something they don't want to do, because the end result will be very destructive.
You have something to say to the youth or the girls who are trying to get into modeling or get into such contests and something?
Yes. Miss International Organization is a great organization, and there are many other beauty pageants as well, but be careful in what pageants you choose, and modeling is a very fancy world, but make sure you know the people and work safe, because we are girls at the end of the day. So just be careful on what organizations and what people you associate with.
Is there some reason for you to get back to India, or is there something professional?
Well, I work with a lot of countries like Africa. I own a school in Africa, and I raise about 150 children and educate them with the fundraiser. We do a lot of fundraisers in US and awareness programs. And not only Africa, but a couple of our other countries we work with. Like I said, UNICEF works with a lot of organizations, 190 countries. But, I belong to India. I want to do something back home. So that's the drive that I had. What is the use of, okay, it's not the use, but what am I doing to my country? I was born here. So, I really wanted to do something. And this whole month I came to India, and, I'm visiting the most rural areas, rural villages, and I'm really trying to understand what's really going on here and get a first-hand experience of what the children need. And with all the experience, like it's been 10 years I've visited India, so I want to take all this back to US and get more donors and get more fundraising and then awareness about what's really going on and the organizations I'm associated with. So with that, I want to help our India and get our children more active, and yeah.
What do you think is different between the international shows of pageants or something like that and Indian shows? Is there some kind of a difference, or do you think this needs to be developed, or kind of changes that you need?
Well, I haven't really explored the Indian pageants, but this is a US-based pageant, but I think they're doing the Femina Miss India. I think it's doing an excellent job and promoting. I think our Miss India is Koyal Rana. So I think she's doing an excellent job, and the organization it's promoting their girls' right. I think that's what we really need in a pageant. Get more exposure, and get the girls into the community service more than a beauty pageant. Make it a beauty with a cause. I think that's what it is.
You won an award in 2013 for outstanding leadership from TLCA. Yeah. So what do you think a leadership quality plays? What kind of a role does leadership quality play in a person, be it a woman or a man?
Be it a woman or a man, that's great, because it has to be teamwork. A leader can lead only if you can lead a team. So you need to lead a team and make the people work, not make them like just work, just work right. So I think in a leader, it should be one of the best qualities is work with their team, or else the whole team will be fed up, and what is a leader without a team? I think that's what I believe in, and a leader should lead them, not just abuse and misabuse.
The status of women in India is quite backward. So you being a brand ambassador for so many other things, do you think this need to be given kind of a more focus or something?
Definitely. I work with a lot of organizations here, like the BMI Trust in Maharashtra. I'm the brand ambassador for the organization, and it works with women empowerment. So with that, we do many sessions with women and making them independent, because they're in India, I feel like a lot of women are dependent on their spouses and like that. Women in general should not be dependent, because they need to have freedom, and education plays a really huge role in getting the woman independent. So I definitely believe women should get more educated, not only in India, I should say, all over the world. Women should get educated. I think that's their #1 priority, to be free especially.
So you just said you work for child welfare.
Yes.
So there are a lot of girls being killed.
Yes.
Newborn babies, you find girls around the dustbins or something. So would you like to take some kind of initiative for this kind of a thing?
I have not explored such, but in Africa, the reason we built a school there was because many girls were missing when they were going to a long distance school, because the village we built the school in, that Ebetsinum village, that's what it's called. So that village didn't have a school, and the children had to walk many miles, not even 10, it can be 20, 50, many miles, and the children were missing, especially girls. In that long distance, they had to drop out, and that's where education was missing. So these incidents do happen when you're a girl. So definitely there should be some action taken with this, and try to work with organizations and do something about it.
You are the advocate for the UNICEF. You advocate, the newcomers. So one particular thing you tell every particular girl who comes in this, one thing which every girl needs in her life, what would it be?
Confidence. Confidence. Without confidence, I think no girl can achieve what she wants. And also word independent is very important too, because with independence you gain confidence. So be confident, because God has given you something that another person don't have. So just appreciate what you have and take it, and just grow as a person.
Till day, at this age, you've achieved a lot which a normal girl never does, not even imagines of achieving something like that. But is this the end, or you have you have something else to do? What's your future plan?
Well, my future plan is coming to India. I have noticed that education plays a really primary role, and for every youth, education. Yes, education is important. Even I'm doing biology major in undergrad, final year in US, and I'm planning to become a doctor myself. So, but other than that, I wanted to do something good for our community. So what I've taken upon is do community service. I think definitely India needs this particular thing called community service in their education system, because I think with community service, you'll gain a one-on-one experience of what humanity really is. So I think that's one of my primary goals, to educate the youth, get into community service, even not into an organization, but just help the person in need right next to you. It can be an animal, a person, or anything. So just get the education, and my future plan is to continue working with these organizations, and yes, it will never stop for me.
A piece of advice that you'd like to give to our viewers?
I think one advice I would give is Swachh Bharat, which is our PM Narendra Modi ji started. I think we definitely need a lot of work to do, and we have the potential to be one of the greatest countries. So please clean, India. Work with any organizations that doing, to clean something, to clean our India. It's really important. And also, what I noticed from US is, a lot of driving. It's a lot of phone calls on driving, and I think youth should concentrate, because you have families back home. So please drive safe, and if you have a call, just stop on the side and just take your call and go home safely. And also one more advice I would like to give the parents is to encourage your children not only in education but also character building, because if you put a child in education, they are missing out a whole new world out there. And I think it's one of the most things is actually get a character and build life skills, and definitely all that, and encourage your children to pursue their dreams rather than your dreams. So just combine them and make them happy, and I think they'll do so much for you.
जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, जिंदगी में कई इम्तिहान अभी बाकी है, अभी तो नापी है बस मुट्ठी भर जमीन, अभी तो सारा आसमान बाकी है। यही सोच है हमारी आज की मेहमान त्रिशा की, जिनका कहना है कि इन्होंने जो कुछ भी आज तक हासिल किया है वो सिर्फ कुछ है, आगे अपना आसमान इनको खुद से तय करना है।